Shalom. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Come on, what up? What up? Welcome back to the next episode. So, since I'm up, we're going to go ahead and finish this book, Speaking to the Children of Israel, curated by Mr. George Fraser, Stan Matthews, Azaniah, Israel. Who blessed you? We're going to finish it off. We're going to finish it off, but like we started on the last session, we're going to do 25 things, man. And I know I did 25 on the last session to start and to end. So that's what we're going to do, man. We're going to still do 25, man. Get your butt up. Because maybe you didn't see the other one. Maybe this your first one. So get your butt up. Get your butt up. And let's do 25 things. 25 things. I'm going to do 25 things. So before we get to reading, we're going to do 25 things. Let's do 25 things. Do your 25. I'm going to do my 25. You do yours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I'll give you one more. 26. All right, that's my 25. Did you do 25? Do your 25 shit. Do 25. We're going to work our body and our mind a little bit. Body a little bit, mind a little bit. 25 to begin, 25 to end. You know, do something. You don't have to be pushing. Do something. Move your body. Move your body. Use your mind. Let's get it going. Now let's finish though. We're going to go ahead and finish off the book. We are the last two stories. The last two stories of the book by Dr. Renee Tengella. Dr. Renee Tengella. And Dr. Michelle Walker Davis. Will be the last two on the down list. Last two in the book. The last two in Who Blessed You. I catch my damn breath. Now, don't think that's my first 25. I've been working out. I don't know what you've been doing. I've been up all night. I ain't went to sleep yet. I'm out here. But after I do this, though, shit. But we're going to finish the book because I don't want to wait till... I don't want to fall asleep and then I don't be up until later, you know, whatever. I'd rather go ahead and get the book out the way since we only have 2 stories left. It's about an hour, maybe about an hour reading. About an hour reading, but we'll get it out the way. Let's get it out the way now. Wow. You know, like the previous story one that we read, you know, they emphasize why, do what you can do today and don't put it off till tomorrow. And while I'm up, man, we can go ahead and finish off the book. We can finish it off today. And instead of waiting till it be what my tomorrow is when I wake up. After I get the boys settled in, schoolwork going. Anyway, maybe I could catch it before they wake up. Maybe I could finish reading before they wake up. So I can go ahead and... But anyway, let's finish off the book. Speaking to the Children of Israel, curated by George Fraser and Stan Matthews and Azaniah, Israel. Who blessed you? 3 relationships that transformed my life. 20 empowering stories of wisdom, love, and salvation. Miss Dr. Renee Tengella. Integrity, responsibility, and positive habits. Oh, that's good thing. Mama's love. Her actions spoke louder than her words. My mother, whom I lovingly called Ma, significantly impacted my life, and how she influenced me is not straightforward as one might think. for the lessons are hidden in the twists and turns of my life story. My mother was born in 1936, and she was the eldest of 8 children. Ma was born in one of the few historic black towns in Maryland called Turner Station. And in 1958, she married her high school sweetheart, my daddy. This tumultuous union brought 4 children into the world, and I am the youngest girl, or the middle child, who was born on July 1st, my mother's birthday. Being that we both share the same birthday, her priorities as a mother taught me so much about family, such as respect, sacrifice, responsibility, and love. Mama shared her birthday with me until she died, and she always made me feel special on our big day. It was only when I got older that I began to see the uniqueness about being born on my mother's birthday. There are many questions that continue to be unanswered, like why didn't I have a separate celebration? And why didn't I have my own birthday cake? We're going to share this one, baby. We're going to put 40 on this side, and we're going to put 6 on that side. But it's okay, because what matters most is that I am forever connected to her. My mom passed in 2014, but July 1st continues to be the day I acknowledge and celebrate with her, because her life has taught me much about honoring, connecting, and respecting my elders and ancestors. Responsibility. I am the middle child, and so I was wedged between my eldest sister and eldest brother and my younger siblings, who had vision disability. Although I was positioned third in the family, I was treated like I was the eldest by being given household chores at an early age, as well as helping to take care of my younger siblings. Man, I feel like I got a piece of mustache. For some reason, it seemed that there was much more expected of me than from my other siblings. And often, I was expected to do the tasks that my mother was too tired to do, and these were tasks that were not delegated to my eldest brother, who received all of the special privileges, nor to my younger brother, who was visually impaired, and definitely not my older sister, who was either living with my grandmother, attending school, or working. Through her actions and sacrifices, my mother taught me that it was not about me, but my responsibility was to the family. Ooh, many people don't have that thought, or many women. Love lessons. I am ashamed to say this, but my mother really never affectionately said to me, I love you. I mean, maybe she did when I was much too young to remember, but as I came of age, she just didn't express her love verbally. For many years, I felt unloved and looked for love in all the wrong places, and I made many unfortunate decisions based on internal validation. Deep in my heart, I longed for her to say, to mutter, and to whisper to me, I love you, daughter. Although she never did, I learned to let it go, and later I developed compassion for her life and upbringing. Over time, I had accepted that the fact that my mother did the best that she could, and she only mirrored how her mother and my grandmother and my grandfather loved her. I've also learned that saying the words "I love you" alone is not a complete statement. This has also taught me that the old proverb is true. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. Not hearing these words from my mother have propelled me to embrace self-love, and it has also convinced me to break the generational cycle of not expressing love to my children. I have learned from her mistakes, and without hesitation, I now say to my children out loud that I love you, and with action, I demonstrate my love for them in many ways. Family. Additionally, the importance of family was something that my mother passed down to me and my siblings, and her struggle to keep the family together still resonates with us today. She was the oldest in a family of 7 siblings, and she was all about family gatherings, family dinners, playing cards and games. I like her. Domino! I like that. You ain't talking about nothing. Run them spades. Run them. I like some good family time. Yeah, I like family time. But you gotta have family to have family time. Family gatherings. You gotta have family to have family gatherings. You gotta have family to have family dinners. And playing cards. All the family gotta want that. Ma demonstrated her love by her sacrifices she made for her children, and the late night shifts for work for us, trying to maintain a family, so she could send us off to school in the morning. The financial sacrifices my mother made during the strain in my parents' marriage were also demonstrated. As we continue to take trips together, celebrate each other, and gather for family reunions, dinner, cards, or sports on occasion, I want to say thank you, Ma, for your life and your legacy. To my children, much love to each of you. My paternal grandmother was the matriarch of the family, a church-going Christian woman with a strong faith and belief in God. Not very verbose or loud, but when she spoke, my grandmother, Margaret, who I lovingly call Grandma, influenced me as a child and shaped me into the person that I am today. Because her life and legacy continues to influence me, and so you heard her loud and clear. That don't sound right. My grandmother was born in Cumberland County, Virginia in 1914. And at the age of 18, she was married, and when she turned 22, she had moved north to Baltimore. By the time I was born, I did not believe my mother and father was ready for me to come into this world. Now that I think about it, I realized that I was probably the oops child. I wasn't on outright mistake. I wasn't an outright mistake. However, I was not planned either. I say that because my sister and brother were already here, one being 5 and the other one was 6. And in retrospect, it seemed that there were things, nurturing, love, care, etc., in my childhood that were just missing. This is where the Creator tapped my grandmother on the shoulder, asking her to step in. Look out for me and fill in the gap. My grandmother provided me with nurturing, security, and love that I missed from my parents. She did not adopt me, although I wish she had, but we visited her often. With every visit we had, it was that she often encouraged and motivated me. My grandmother was the one person in my life who had set aside time just for me. Seemingly, my mother was busy working and my father was around but not living with us. My siblings, being years older than me, were busy with school, friends, etc., while everyone was busy. Grandmother was there to take care of me, to bring positivity and joy into my life. Just her mere presence soothed and eased all that I longed for, and that was to be loved. My grandma's memory of being a strong family supporter continues now, even as an adult. Moving from place to place caused turmoil in our family, so we sought refuge in grandma's house, making it the go to place for stability and place to call home. Even though my family moved around a lot, the doors to her home were always open to us, which provided a constant place of connection to my family, but just importantly, it kept the family connected to our father. When I was born in 1964, my paternal grandmother was already an elder in her 50s. She was established in the community, married twice, and a homeowner. Her love for family influenced me because she was symbolic of the love and the attention that I needed so much in my life. I can never ever remember a time that she spoke to me harshly or treated me with anything except love. Grandma's house was the place where our family would gather on special occasions or holidays, and it was the place where we would travel from time to time on the bus just so we could connect with her and my father. At Grandma's small two-bedroom house in Turner Station, Maryland, we would gather around the makeshift kitchen table in the living room to have a meal where grace was said and everyone ate at the same time. My grandmother was also the one who passed down to us the tradition of a family reunion. In her hometown, Cumberland County, Virginia, she planned and made sure that we connected with her side of the family. Grandma taught me the true meaning of confidence and how to believe in myself. She also taught me how to have a positive outlook on life and possess the strength to face this world and all of its problems. My grandmother's life provided me with love, security, stability, family connection, and confidence that I truly needed as a child and even now as an adult. My big sister Roz influenced me by allowing me to live and learn in her shadow. I am now just realizing how much of an influence she has had on my life. She is my only big sister, who is 6 years older than me. From when I was born, I watched Roz all of my life and have learned so much from her about living in this world as a positive little black girl. Even today, and I don't know if she even knows it. My big sister continues to teach and model for me daily about integrity, responsibility, and even positive habits. It seems like many elders in our family has passed away from smoking cigarettes or pipe. Roz, like myself, was exposed to smoking. However, she never decided to develop a smoking habit. And as of this day, she nor I smoke. My sister is not one to argue, and because of her peaceful temperament, we really never had a fight. I mean, we've had a few disagreements, but none that lasted very long. We disagreed one time in the 70s when she took my boyfriend when I was a kid around 6 years old. He was totally not my age and not my boyfriend either, but I was mad. Yet we had no beef, but I just never let her forget it. Another thing about my sister is that she knows how to keep a secret. She knows how to keep a secret. But not, she won't tell your secret. I won't tell your secret. Your secret are safe with me. I won't tell. That's what I hear in my mind. Oh, shit. Alicia Keys is in there. I'm on tell. She knows how to keep a secret. And just like a fortress, she won't tell your secret. She is also a person in her of her word, which is also a personality trait of mine too. Has to find out something in the family. But I couldn't be mad too long because she was just keeping her word by keeping it a secret. She was not one of for talking about people, their business, or telling their secrets. She was never a gossiper, and neither am I. My sister was never a fighter, and she never had a physical fight in school or in the community. Now I think about it, and she didn't hang with people who brought nonsense either. She chose her friends wisely. I dedicate this book to Francis and Willie Allen, my parents, who without their union, the bright reflection of your standing woman, and I thank the mother that I am today for being the sensible child. And Nkosi, I'm proud of you both. I'm I'm proud are going up to become and responsibility as young men. As my twin boys, you are making me proud now and in the future. And because you bring us to so joy and happiness. You are my grandson. To my husband, my rock. To my one sister, my not be. May this book inspire you. Love, Dr. Renee Tengella is a cancer educator, not a cancer educator, author, sister, and wife. She was born as the youngest girl in a family of 4 children on the East Coast of the United States. Dr. Tengella is a passionate and dedicated community member who has 20 years. Dr. Tengella teaching Dr. Warriors, a nonprofit organization promoting the students and families. She believes that to do the work of teaching or any profession, one must be healthy, take care, and prioritize themselves first in order to continue the work. Dr. Tengella's passions and interests include travel and meditation. I think that's the first one they gave her hobbies or her interests. Let's read the last one now. Michelle, Dr. Michelle Walker Davis. Dr. Michelle Walker Davis. The women of power and men of valor that shaped my reality. My amazing upbringing by a woman of power and man of valor gave me the global perspective of humanity, humility, and legacy. Who influenced my growth and development as a woman of power, wife, mother, entrepreneur, philanthropist, global leader, change agent, and to be unstoppable. There have been many, but my top 3 are my mother, father, and Davis. I guess that's Davis 6. Davis 6. I'm not sure what it means. To understand me better is to know my upbringing and family impact. My biggest cheerleaders. I was the first in my family to graduate from college and go on to earn dual master's degree from Syracuse University, whereas my older siblings would start and not finish. Dennis chose a rewarding career in the Army. Maureen got married, and not I, Lamberton chose business ownership. My parents would be there for me every hurdle to cheer me on. And as a result, our whole extended family became Syracuse Orangemen. My parents were so proud that when they asked me what I wanted for a graduation present, I said a brand new BMW, and that's what I got. It was delivered on a Friday, and I drove it home from Syracuse, stripping gears all along the way as my first job out of the college would begin on Monday in Philadelphia. Let's just say that car posed a problem for me and my coworkers, as I did not know a BMW stood for a black man's wish. Yeah, I never want no BMW. I could do all things with these two dynamos. My biggest cheerleaders pushing and believing in me. My parents supported higher education and was very proud of the 20 plus degrees held by their legacy. They made it a priority to attend every graduation, no matter the distance or health issues. Through this union, they produced 6 children, 13 grandchildren, and 4 great-grands, and a host of beloved nieces and nephews. My parents were right after the other, together forever. Man, 67 years, man. This not for real, 67 years. Spoiled, but not spoiled right. Mary Elizabeth Fulmer Walker, woman of power, grace, and style. Mary Elizabeth Fulmer Walker was a powerful woman with grace, style, amazing strength, and beauty. This 90-pound woman, the oldest of 5 daughters, Pearlie, Shirley, Kay, Arnitha, known as the Fulmer girls, would rise to the ranks of family matriarch when her mother died to the family. Everything I learned about womanhood, self-determination, being relentless, bold, and fearless, I learned from this small in stature yet iconic in status woman. Mom always said, one mother could take care of 10 children, but 10 children could not take care of one. Her other mantra was to serve as a reminder. She said, Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe was to serve as a reminder of no disputing whose responsibility it was for childbearing, child rearing, and lifelong sacrifices. All her colloquialism were to transcend life. My mother was born to the late Jesse and Priscilla Fulmer on October 18th. Her father, a military man, moved to Burlington City, New Jersey, where he later owned Fulmer's Luncheonette on the corner of Federal and High Street, and his daughters would be known as the Fulmer girls. Granddad had a reputation for being out his shotgun, for bringing out his shotgun for unwanted suitors for the Fulmer girls would soon marry or run off to marry their beau to get to get away from the Sarge. They want to get away from the Sarge. Oh man, don't do it. Reconsider. Read some literature. I was raised at that mom and pop restaurant with my cousins, Della, Lil Mary, Albert, Van, and Vernon. While mom was teaching me about responsibility and discipline, I was becoming an expert pinball player and best dancer at my high school, spending hours on the pinball machine and jukebox. I became a student of life, of people, and community right there until this day. Fulmer's has the best grit ever. At 18, at 14, at 14, oh, I'm starting to feel it now. But we're going to push. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot more than I thought. We got to push through. About 5. Oh, man. Oh, nah, it's hitting me. Nah, it's starting to hit me. 5 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. Yeah. All right. I can do it. Oh, that's milestone now. Get off me, sleep monster. All right. Oh, man. Dad rode his bike and his baseball cap on with his baseball cap on backwards, and was always nicely dressed. He would hang out on that adjoining porch with his cousin, Roscoe, that told him about the pretty Fulmer girls next door. Roscoe told her Bip was visiting. However, when the school year opened, Dad was in all her classes. Dad always worked and kept money in his pocket and was the first in his group to buy his first car. It was not uncommon for them to pile up the car with friends and sneak away to dance on American Bandstand. Mom said she was the feisty one, so she caught my dad's eye, and the rest would be history. A devoted military wife, I received my fighting spirit and fearlessness from my mother. In 1958, she wanted to travel for 30 days by cargo ship from New York City from New York to France with 3 babies in tow. I began to see the strength in her through me. Imagine a young black woman in her 20s traveling alone, no small feat by any stretch of the imagination, with the risks and dangers on the high seas. With her mother-in-law, Lillian, at the port with her mother-in-law. This was the period of the civil rights movement, so they may have had whites-only sections and color-only fountains and bathrooms. It taught me the power of womanhood and that marriage vow, bone in my bone and flesh of flesh, that Mary E. took to another level and to reunite with. Shit. In addition to being the enforcer, Mom was hip and all-knowing. Known as Lizzie, Aunt Mary, and Nana, she later named herself Mary E. after upcoming star Mary J. Blige. With our blonde hair and iconic dance moves, we would dance too. Mary E. was a nurturing person with a no-nonsense temperament. It was her straight talk coupled with them good, elegant, elongated cuss words and old school phrases that kept her grandkids laughing and family members in line. You want them shenanigans? Mom was funny without trying to be. There was not much that Mother could not do. She would elect to run the dialysis machine of her mother out of the home. She was very determined and oh man, my eyes are so blurry. Oh man, it's on me. I'm going to go let my chickens out after I finish. Shit, I'll do that too. Since I'm up. There was not much that my mother could not do. She would elect to run a dialysis machine for her mother out of the home. She was very determined and could think her way out of any situation. We shared these traits as well. As kids, we spent most of the energy trying to navigate around Mom. This was extremely hard since she had supersonic hearing, eyes around the corner, and was an expert prosecutor. We would do things like slip out of the house, miss curfew, or invite friends over without asking permission because we knew, as comparatively speaking, Dad was the good guy, comparatively speaking. And Mom was the enforcer. As a result, her no's were no, except for my baby brother Maurice, born 10 years after me on Christmas Day, no less, received lots of grace. Mom always got a kick out of my life and my kids. She would tease me about my kids being born around the same time as Vanessa Williams, my Syracuse classmate. However, she has at number 3. I would later call to tell her that Vanessa had remarried and had her fourth. Oh man. So now we're even. It's over. It's trying to knock me down, y'all. Oh, that thing trying to say sleep. Sleep. So we were even. My mother and I were so much alike, yet I had a lot of my dad's traits in me as well. She would often tell my sister and I that if today's hands and knees, there would be no need for gyms. No need for gyms. I became a feminist as a result of having to do Saturday chores. You see, my mother would let my brother sleep in. However, my sister and guys did rise. Their chores were to include outside doing yard work and cleaning the pool. I wanted to be outside and not have to cook and clean. I guess you could say mother influenced me in that way as well. Lazy. Hey, you can do that when you make a lot of money, though. If she says she want to make a lot of money, you can do that when you make a lot of money. You can buy somebody to cook and clean for you. Pay somebody, I mean. My mother and I shared her fashion sense and hairstyles. It was nothing that she worked at. She just had her own creative style and flair. Mom designed her 50th anniversary wedding gown and matching pillbox hat. For my 30th, Oscar de la Renta's wedding gown. Her collection of Louis Vuitton handbags, never used or vintage. And you cannot buy them today. You cannot buy them today because they came from Paris, France, and for home gone. Each female wore one of her hats in her honor as a keepsake. I was able to squeeze into one of her dresses to say my goodbyes. Man, come on, SHILO. Fight it. Fight back, SHILO. Fight back. Uppercut. Fight. Fight the sleep monster. Oh, boy, that damn thing massaging my shoulders, man. That sleep monster. Oh, get off me, sucker. You know. Ooh. Shake him off. Shit. Sleep monster on me. He trying to ride my shoulder. He massage my shoulder. He trying to nestle me into sleep. He got my eyes, monster. Mom was the first in the family to have a tattoo that said Big Mo on her leg, and the first to detect ailments with my children. 7-year-old son, Abdul, was angry at the church and asked him to read it. What in God and don't worry about tomorrow? Excuse me. What does it say? It says, in God we trust. Exactly. Put your trust in God and don't worry about tomorrow. Now keep this coin. And whenever in doubt, dropping all type of shit, dropping stuff. My son smiled and breathed a sigh of relief. That was Nana. That was Nana. Nana. That was Nene. A woman of power. She never strayed far from the source. She taught me how to pray, and the evil one was no match for her. My baby son, Malcolm Ali, knew her power as well, and would threaten to put her on me if I tried to discipline him as a child. Imagine that. Mom was and I became the youngest charter member of Pi Mu Omega of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority. She needed 2 more AKAs to start a local Willingboro chapter. She didn't know how much about it. She didn't know much about it, but she knew I was coming home to start my new job, and Mom loved being at AKA's, loved being an AKA's mother. That was Mom, always looking out for me and cheering me on. I'll never forget the time I called her upset about the Trump administration. I'll never forget the time I called her upset about the Trump administration and how they were ruining government and putting billionaires. Oh, Lord. Shit. College in the world for in public affairs. So this was unacceptable and forbidden. Government decisions are self-interest. I said, Mom, game is billionaire status, not millionaire at all. She said, okay, well, get off the phone and go and get to it. You can do it. I hung up the phone and said to my husband, I don't think Mom knows how many zeros is in billion. He replied, with your mother, it doesn't matter. She believes in you wholeheartedly. Mom was a super planner and believed in preparation. After her death, she sent me 2 gifts to carry out her legacy. The first, she wrote her own homecoming service 25 years before her death. She told her kids where it would be, and whenever we wanted to have that discussion, it was too eerie. Mom did pass. We couldn't. I don't remember if that was down, but we're gonna put it up and remember. Let's keep going. Spooky. Mom was a super planner and believed in preparation after her death. And believed in preparation. That damn squirrel. I should be out there with my BB gun. After her death, she sent me 2 gifts to carry out her legacy. The first, she wrote her own homegoing service 25 years before her death. She told her kids where it would be, but whenever we wanted to have that discussion, it was too eerie. When Mom did pass, we could not find it. I recall being upset and telling my kids about it, and my daughter Davinia said, I saw something while playing the organs one day in the bench seat. She pulled out her camera, and sure enough, it was a photo of my mom's homegoing booklet. I rushed back to the house, and there it was, typed since 1995. Copies with all our names on it. Mother's request. All grands were beige or pink. Granddaughters, same color as Mom. Daughters and sons wear navy blue with beige shirts, blouse. Mom, beige lace dress, shoes, etc. Second choice, pink glasses, and a Bible. Says, see that dad looks good. It details songs, singers, scriptures, and her own obituary. Mary E. was something else. Man, I thought we about to turn the page, but one. The second was my wedding dress, which had gone missing. It was a Demetrios by Elisa designer wedding gown that my sorority sisters Dolores Lay and Gloria Dickerson had picked up for me. At first, I disliked that dress that took 4 people to carry into the dressing room. No way was I wearing that. They explained how I should wear something completely different since I had been with Abdul forever. One of my last fitting, the manager said an additional 10,000 was owed as the ticket price had been mislabeled. Oh Lord, that's how they get you. I told them if I did not receive that gown, they would have to pay for my wedding, which was in 2 weeks. Let's just say they gave me the gown and I ran out of the store. Oh man. Hold it together, y'all. I ain't trying, I'm gonna hold it together. Come on, you can do it. You got all you need to succeed. Come on, eat your ass up. Well, the gown goes missing, and in 2021, while cleaning out my parents' attic, my brother Dennis says there's something waiting downstairs for you. It was my wedding gown, which was the missing link. Mom had always wanted her granddaughters to wear it, and Mom was in heaven watching all of her legacies. We shared so many attributes over everything and everyone. We shared, got a kick out of hearing and laughing. I would put on music by Davinia, or in retrospect, Mom was, or in retrospect, Mom, week of her passing, her granddaughter Destiny would style her hair and do her nails. Mom would spend her last days at my house. And when my siblings commissioned me to write and design her homecoming as usual, I made it an event. Mom received a magazine cover and program ran by her grands and singing grands as well. The repast menu at Carlucci's waterfront had her face on it, and my uncle, Dr. Zachary Yumba, commented, Sheila, this day has your hands all over it. Yes, except for the prettiest casket you would ever see, all pink and pearly. Mom had selected 9 months earlier. Of course, that was, she went out like boss chick she was. The scriptures say, as the mother is, so shall her daughter be. Shit, my bad, man. We almost there. We got like 2 pages. 3 pages. I'm ready to go to bed. I said I'm gonna let the chickens out. Oh man. Oh, it's starting to get on me now. That up all that long night, that late night flight it's on me. Oh, it's on me. Late night flight on me. Maurice Randolph Walker Jr., a man of valor, faith, family, and friendship. My daddy spoiled me. I was a daddy's girl for sure. He influenced me in so many ways, which I can sum up as he taught me about humanity, humility, and leaving a legacy. I guess you could say I was a good blend of both my parents. My father and I were alike in many ways. He influenced my love for traveling, loyalty, and accepting. He who was a calm man across the line, and later he would heavily influence who I married. I'm trying to figure out what to do so I don't fall asleep on you. Ah, man. I'm pushing through. As I'm trying to, I call myself in my mind trying to speed through. I can hear myself falling slower and slower. But we're almost there, man. We read that I have actually felt this way. I've actually felt like the it's on it. Yeah, sleep mouse on me. All right. Dad was a master networker before it was a thing. Black book of every person he had ever met, and he would travel on any given day or moment to see a friend or family members for days. Of course, Mary E. had her fair share of traveling and was not interested in road trips whatsoever. So he too knew the best way to navigate around her nose was to just do it. Rather than spend days or weeks trying to change her mind, it was easier to just suffer the consequences. 6 months later, he said, "We can keep the house in New Jersey. Just give me 3 years to see if you like it." That's where I got it from. The first time I brought my now husband home with me from college, I did not ask my mother either, but rather had my boyfriend show up with me with a suitcase unannounced. My mother was pissed. However, Dad, on the other hand, was cool with it and told him not to worry. Then gave him the keys to his car for the weekend. That was my dad. Oh, man, we're right about to turn the page. Rolling. Dad was from Washington, D.C., so he had the D.C. swag. Always dressed to the nines and about his business. Not that shucking and jiving type you often run across. He was a manly man, huge and yet mild mannered and social butterfly. By watching my people, by watching my dad bring people around and introduce me to my. He had buddies from all over, and Dad would also fly to other countries and could navigate quite well and without a map. My brother Dennis told me the story of when he was stationed in Germany and how Dad showed up on weekend unannounced and asked to borrow his car for the weekend. Dad drove over to France to locate the former babysitter to direct him to my brother Larry's grave site. My dad was legendary for his travel excursions, which I shared my dad's love for travel. Man, my bad, y'all. My bad. Oh, man, these last couple of pages is, oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm trying to keep it going. My eyes is blurred. My eyes is, but it's only like 1, 2, 2 more pages left. 2 more full back and front pages left. We're almost there. Bear with me, and I'm gonna try to push through. And I still got 25 to do to go out. Excuse me. I had the greatest upbringing on our military community. My dad spoiled us by putting in a built-in pool so that we could entertain at home during the hot summer months. He loved gadgets and cars, so we had the best Christmas presents and automobiles. One Christmas, we each got an instrument to play with, like the Jackson 5. I hated my present as it was the trumpet. I cried that morning as my sister received a flute. You see, you just know my big lips would grow bigger. You see, I just knew culturally appropriated and be worth billions of dollars in cosmetic surgery. I'm still waiting for the big nose to become fashionable. I was honorable at playing the trumpet. And each year, I tried out for the RV high school band and did not make the cut. My final year, I begged the band director to make my dad happy, and it happened. My dad was at every game cheering me on with his camera. Little did he know I wasn't really playing. And did he think that did I still think yeah, it's not. Ooh. Stay a week and finish. My final year, I begged the band director to read that. Little did he know I wasn't really playing, as I had worked out with the director in my favor. I still have that trumpet over my fireplace mantle. And one day I plan to take up lessons and do my dad the honors by playing. I was a Cadillac, passed down to me by my dad's father, who lived in Washington Air for when my grandmother's car. It was hardly ever driven, as they have had a driver for occasional Sunday outings. Movie, Cooley High. It was always packed with my girls, and we would cruise to school. Oh, man. Push through. Push through. We're almost up. My dad loved gadgets, and we always had the newest stereo equipment, camera, and video equipment. My dad always filmed everything we did as family, thinking about it Now, that's why I have over 10,000 photos and videos on my phone, and my dad influenced me to document everything as a personal history of a life experience, which is a good thought. I just don't have I don't be thinking about it. Oh, let's push through, y'all. Push through. He made home movies and would invite friends and family over. Usually, the film would break, or the projector would overheat, or a bulb would blow, but it didn't matter. One of the fondest memories with my father was my wedding day. I had a horse-drawn that picked me up at the house and rode my dad and me to Wesley AME Zion Church. It took us over felt like Miss America as we waved to passerbys. Yup, he spoiled me, but not spoiled rotten. I was his princess. My dad taught me humility. Every holiday, he would pick up a stray family and bring them home to holiday meals with us. They would later become our adopted family. God called him home on October 22nd of 2019. Retired Staff Sergeant Maurice R. Walker Jr., a devout family man, affectionately known by friends and loved ones as Big Mo and Junie. Junie Maurice was born to the late Maurice Walker Sr. and the late Lillian Walker in Mount Holy, New Jersey in 1935. From this union, they had two children, Maurice and his younger sister Patricia, known as Trish. Maurice spent his earlier years in Newport News, Virginia, Binghamton, and Washington, Jersey, where he met his lovely wife, Mary Fulmore. Oh Lord, I'm almost there. Their romance would develop as a fairy tale. Now, Maurice attended Wilbur Watts High School in Burlington City and was a natural-born athlete in track and field, and a young man, and would deliver the Burlington Press. Maurice retired again from National Gypsum. From there, he was determined to join the ranks of the Black 70s and 80s. Oh, man. The last page right here. Three. One, two, three. One page front and back. Oh, man, hold up. Let me stand up. My dad would later influence me to become an entrepreneur. Dad felt that financial independence was the better route to take and would soon open his own business just like his father-in-law, Fulmer's Luncheonette. His uncle, E.J. Flippin' Funeral Home, cousin Sonny Burroughs Corner Store in Philadelphia, and another cousin Sonny, Nesmith Dry Cleaners, that would serve as his mentors. Dad opened his own family business in Burlington and named it M&M Dry Cleaners after him and his soulmate Mary. Trying to stay awake, people. I also got my humanitarian spirit into real estate. And as he would purchase homes for extended family members to rent, he wanted to go into the military. Man. However, he did influence me to go into public service. He was an active member of American Legion Post 509 in West Hampton and Post 336 in Burlington. For over 30 years, he would recruit young men to send away to American Legion Jersey, Boys State. As a strong tradition of patriotism and excellence in the development, it would become a family tradition, and every grandson would attend, including Darnell, Dwayne, Jason, Dennis Jr., Martin Abdul, and Malcolm Eli. The Davis Six. I was not looking for a husband, but God sent him to me. My day one, Martin Abdul Davis, my ride or die husband, affectionately called Hupster, for 35 years and counting, taught me about two becoming one and pushing past all the obstacles. We are the Mary Ian Maurice duo of the family. Our four amazing kids, the Davina, Martin Abdul, Destiny, and Malcolm Eli, taught me about sacrifice and unconditional love. And through them, I learned to become less selfish and more selfless. When Malcolm Eli received his degree at Syracuse University on May 13th, 2018, it marked the end of an era. He became the fourth of Davis' siblings to graduate from SU. His parents are proud Syracuse alumni and philanthropists that have helped raise hundreds of thousands of dollars for Black and Brown student scholarships. They encourage their children to continue the legacy. Michelle's cousin, Horace Morris, was the first African American to attend SU, or I guess Syracuse University, on a football scholarship in 1948. While the Davis Six enjoy a truly unique orange bond, they value the way that bond extends beyond their immediate family to other alums. The Davis Six enabled me to leave a rich heritage at Syracuse University and have a direct impact on eight chancellors that served at the university. We made sure that Black students were represented on campus and that the same opportunities and access as other students. We had each other's backs for over 40 years and counting. This manuscript is dedicated to my parents, the Davis Six, my husband, Martin Abdul Davis, our beloved children, Davina, Abdul, Destiny, Malcolm Eli, bonus sons, William Young, and Abdul's LBs, I don't know what that is. All future grandchildren and legacies, my siblings, Dennis, Maureen, Lamont, Morris, and my sister-in-laws, Tara, Janah, or maybe that's Janae. Maybe that's how they say it. Bonnie, Diane, Terry, Tammy, Beverly, my nieces and nephews, Darnell, Agulanda, Dwayne, Sheena, Jason, Danielle, Dennis Jr., and Renata, Kiana, Maurice II, Demetrius, Hannah, three angelic grandnieces and nephews, Eden, Eden, Kyla, Ava, and Ari, Uncle Dr. Zachary Yamba, Aunt Shirley Steed, and K. Moses Turner, and all my cousins, the Flippin family, the Fulmers, the Walkers, Shivers, and Davis family, my line sisters, sorority sisters, Syracuse CBT family, Duluth Lewis, my wedding party, Dr. Honey, Reverend James, RV classmates, Wesley AME Zion Church and New Jerusalem House of God, the Perfecting Church, and those that believed in me and those that did not. Mentors Reverend James and Dr. Honey, Larry Martin, Stan, the Man Matthews, and Dr. Frazier. The name above all names, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. God is with me. Be strong and courageous and do the work. Do not be afraid or discouraged. For the Lord God, my God, is with you. 1 Chronicles 28:20. Professor Michelle Walker Davis, MPA/MS, is a serial entrepreneur and a for IMG, a grant development firm in the 850 billion marketplace. I guess that's billion to 850 B marketplace. Prior companies include rehabbing homes and managing entertainers, a real estate developer and franchise owner. She is on a mission to recirculate the 3 trillion, survivor of several life-threatening automobile accidents. She now existence to fulfill God's plan for her life, to use her global influence to transform lives and change the world. A proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, founder of Rich Women's Society, AACCNJ, host the podcast Fresh Money Talk, national leader with MBN, and investor with Black Broadway, a former and senior congressional evaluator with GAO. She wrote 10 congressional reports. Whether it's impacting women and girls around the world, delivering keynotes, winning grants, or raising funds to make a universal impact. To this, she created an annual Game Changers Award recognizing women of power and men of valor, helped raise millions for endowed scholarships at the Syracuse University. She has 5 years, and they are the proud parents of 4 amazing young professionals. All are alumni of SU and known as the Davis Six. Oh man, that's it. I'm done. We have finished the book. We have finished Speaking to the Children of Israel, curated by George Frazier and Stan Matthews. Azaniah Israel. Who blessed you? 3 relationships that transformed my life. 20 empowering stories of wisdom, love, and salvation. Oh, so now, man, that sleep monster was on me at the end. It's still on me. Once I go let my chickens out, bomb. That's number 23. I assassinated 23 books. That last one, the last Dr. Michelle. All right. Well, look, we're about to do a couple of things. Gonna put this back in the pile. Got one down. And the next one on the list be the medical apartheid. But while I'm right here, man, 25 things. 25 things to start, 25 things to end. And I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. So, but hey, we starting something new. We're going 25 to start and 25 to end. I did 25 push-ups to start. So let's do 25 to end, man. 25. Get your behind up. Do something. Don't just sit on your ass, man. Get up. Let's work our body and work our minds. I work my body to start, work my mind in the middle, and I'm going to work my body again just a little bit. A little bit. 25. You can do 25. I'm going to do 25. I was tired earlier, but I'm going to do 25 anyway. 25. 25 lighters. Yes, sir. Shit, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It's 25, baby.